i were aka nke akọ nwata ihe i were nka kpuchie ya. And you know what I would have done after then? Ibido control will be a come apologize to these people because na woko ni ibe ya ha bụ n'ọnụ. Onwanyi ni ibe ya ha bụ n'ọnụ. That is the best those buffaloes around her would have done for her initially. Kotelo we see oya. Ka ihe onye dị otu ayo. Miriam Justice abụna a bad person too much. Akara ọkụ ha J-Pack I know. Before God and man. Before God and man. Nchisi J-Pack hapụ this matter now. Ọ bụghị ihe phone. Ma hapụ ebe m nọ chọrọ ya chọrọ ga meet ya na nwunye ya gwa ha okwu as member of their family. There is no way njiri bịa that thing or me were no phone nye my father akpọ J-Pack si abịa J-Pack will jump flight and come immediately ma ọnụ kwara voice my dad and ọbịa kwara mpa ma agwa ya lee ọmkpọ mpa ya nwa na phone onga meet mpa ya n'ụkpọ mpa ya agwa okwu. That is the end of the side of J-Pack. Then Miriam Justice turn on now. I will move Imo State. I will move Imo State, and it will be a thing of joy. The woman ga no we Abuja self. In weta m no kigwe. Anya aga meet him me ya gbora m ikpere ala. Mu emeta video self ebe nchilere aka elu. Say the woman biko send the other Miriam Justice ka ha anyola that side. Before Abakuwoku, Mr. Obi, Kuwoku, many others. These things were quenchable, not Oboho that I want to do something for you Aboho na social media. There are other ways. In my family, eburu mother, onye eburu their person. Na ala Igbo. Eburu mother na our family now, for example. The opposite family ahụ, nwa ha gburu our family. There will be you do. Ade reject. Ade ebu ha egbu, ade aba ha ogo. Go and ask. Despite na egburu mmadụ, approach and tone matters a lot. Approach. There is nobody. Ndekwara na emere m gị ihe ọjọọ. I will apologize to you. Just tell me. Because I'm a big measure power with you. I'm a kisi kwado. When I know I am, asị na I ga-anọgide na mmehie na anyị isi ka mara bara anyị ụba. But the fools will always encourage. I don't know how you want to sustain a structure without foundation. I don't know how they intend to do all of these things. And I look at them, I laugh. If you see you have wisdom, if your wisdom is not paralytic, there are possible means of doing certain things, and you see them grow or groom in confidence or standard. What are the true intentions of these people? But instead of sorting for peace, you know what she did? Go and check. It was immediately she wrote that in. She wrote that in on the internet. I responded on a constructive write-up there. Some minutes later, because she does not understand. Ofuji was there. I was like this. Oh, it was Ofuji who brought that post and said, "Lekwa infodere now." So when she wrote that in, everybody became provoked. We left one of the building, the hotel buildings. We now came out to the outside. So we are there suggesting or deliberating on what to do. When we now saw that post, she said that she has already left the hotel thinking Naibu Mugu. No. We now decided to raid everywhere. Upon climbing up to show you, imegide more na mmadu dey against you. That day, Ofuji was filled. At that minute, Ofuji was filled. It was like Ofuji was filled with the spirit. Ofuji pointed the window. From down, Ofuji pointed the window and said, "Eba, neba ka moya na gwa na Ogechi no. Neba ka obia na gwa ya. No, ni meba ka Ogechi. No, we sukwa iru kwara de amafro ya na amaze na straight. But we say na such since we now moved. Why? That thing onya adere. Nganga. Onye gusi ọkpanganga ga n'ime Chineke kwuru Chineke bonye wenganga. Element of truth was a photo no as a human being. At all cost. If you are my friend, give me issues. And this one, they don't right. I will tell you. If I don't say it in the open, I will tell you in the secret. One if Rihanna na drag ne defend this thing they were wrong go. I will ask now. I will tell you nka they were wrong go. This thing will lead you where you don't even expect one day. Give first. Na agwarangagwa na akaramegwagagwa is not the same thing. And to me, if you are always hyping me, you are not a good person. You don't need to fight me in the public. You need to call me, secretly tell me nanka the wrong. Even if I'm not doing anything wrong, teach me to sustain in doing what is right. Not hyping me into danger. Oga, my encounter with the cybercrime center made me to understand so many things. So I now took my time and studied about them, the laws, and as amended. I took my time to study deep about what is going on and what is obtainable. Nobody is an island. Nobody. Nobody. Do you know that Igbo mother, when you buy one person or you burn down one government institution, little did I know that government must protect their properties first before you. Their institutions, they're very, very important, because you don't rise actions or in protest as a student, you now go to burn down an institution that has graduated many people in power. When you do protests and your protest is now turning to stealing people's things, cutting away with people's items and thereabouts, government will do their tear gas. When you burn down government institution, they will shoot direct. You mean not fair hammer? If a mother will fuel, all those places, MSC election, somebody will rise. They say because no winner, Yagaba cancel headquarters or a Gaba neck offices. Oh wow, that's good. Those structures in Amoko, those structures you are burning down, they are not the issues. The problem is human beings. Those are the people you need to sort for, and not the government structures or the infrastructures or the institutions they have built. The major controllers of those institutions are human beings. Well, let me respond to one idiot before I block. This one says his name is Onyema Agonna. He says, you are an idiot. Fulanis are on rampage in Ngobala and you are doing nothing. Okay, number one, let me respond to you. I am not an elected officer in Ngobala, and there are limitations to what I can do, whether you like it or not. Onga Burebe, your mentality, Ishiga. That's what the Arab man called Hadi Kasura. Had the castle onye nka ishi agbawale ara agbale. You and I return on that idiocy to you now, but how will return it to you now? All to be automatic. Now I am not an elected officer. I don't know if I or expect ngas utegbe gaba wanonde full and anymore. How? Two, obugodi me when plans in dengo okpala. Do you think I will tell you? It's an issue from your own village where people will just rise, I made something, hey, make video post to. That is the difference between my community and your own community. You hail from an illiteracy background. Forget, yeah, this other story. And when one man about Ahmed Gulak, a former APC chieftain, The people of Ngokpala on their own. And when they bend on no government, she traces the man on the in a village oku. Village oku because you don't want anything in your community. I challenge you. In your background, you 0 watts. How do you expect an Ngokpala? How do you expect an indigenous of Ngokpala who suffered to train his or herself in the university? We have outgrown that level now. You cannot suggest any act of terrorism to us and we accept it. What I'm telling you is the way. Somebody should look for that man's comments. Pin it through me and so that I can send him to hellfire. Ebo belong to here. We cannot do that. So when you talk about Fulani herdsmen, I take my time to make videos and posts. Then at some point we stopped. As a people, we are not cowards, and it is not possible for any idiot to come and take over any land in Ngokpala. Niji your cattle settlement is not possible. It's not possible. Two, let me quote something to you. During the Nigerian Biafran something or Galoromba, Maka Facebook, and with a part of Ngokpala, even Amotanka Batalia, Ndebani, we are able to mobilize shields for our people. Then when a part of our land, the civil war hit and bad, and when Gaga and the Chak Evil Forest, you see holes, you see valleys. It's as a result of the civil war. But we paid with our lives. We no go agree. We no go agree. I gauge wisdom. And we go the action I take. We will not make videos and show to you idiots. We will never try it. And then we keep me as a. Do you think they got Patang Alabu our mother gela and again get it as fools aibo as a load aibo now? On the other hand, I need to take our time and find out when some of our brothers say they involved with some Fulani because we know they cannot just come into our land. If we stop to that, because we will not give you more information. Araba wagi shi that place. Ole comment here. Come send there to hellfire. And I can't told you fake account. These are idiots. Come on, get out from here, you. They cannot tell Governor Hope who's them maddest things. They can't say it to him. But they can say it. I don't know how people reason. When you want to know how educated or how exposed the people are, watch what they say. Read their lips and their utterances. Do you think I'm an elected officer? Do you expect me? What do you want me to do as a person? There are limitations to what you can do, lest you be tagged terrorist. Imaho. I don't understand some of this cookie. This is the way it is. So we cannot just come and tell you this is what we are going to do as a people. I could see or press conference at the end of the day, nothing to show. Buona another person nango bad. Nkibulebu ahụ ọdịla gị mma. Enye hapu we know the toilet despite the capacity of lands I am in that place. You know to go na ebe people brulegbe bia no n'ime ọhịa anyị because we come everywhere per day. And very recently we discovered that people name some of these things now currently now na that about Owerri Road ha na-eji moto bia camp on a part of the bush. How commit each other those the atrocities, they will leave. So you start looking for them around Ngokpala territory. No way. There are no bushes in Ngokpala where we don't enter as a people. The people of Ngokpala knows their boundaries and occupies every quarters and crannies of their lands. So in the case of Ogechi, the Bible says, be careful when men praise thee. They were praising her You even those singing praises for her, even those singing praises for her can never accommodate such woman as a wife. I'm very sorry, with all due respect to the husband. This is not disrespecting you, dear sir. I so much understand. However it is, how bad you feel. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, man, one day. Thank you, I hear you. But sir, the truth is that the thing was beyond management. It was beyond. It was totally uncontrollable. This woman was sold to the crowd, was sold to the activities of pictures and videos on the social media, and her own utterances beckons a part of negative judgments against people. Her utterances passes judgments on people, unverified. And sir, you kept quiet, you oversee some of these things. I understand that by the rules of the United States and thereabout, there are things you can't even say. But at least, by the reasons of your office and your place of functions, as she's clearly stated on the social media, she even went as far as claiming that she bears a diplomatic passport of the United States. And all of us knows that this is a lie. This is like somebody trying to, even, dear sir, let me tell you, my brother, you should be my mate or something. Or something, okay? Somebody I'm on 1982. Some of those things she says, she even ought to endanger your own life. Because he better for burial here. We know, I know. Many of us, ma. But we kept quiet. So she was like, even before you know it, Ogago see picture, mama, no there. But these are like exposing you. I felt you are a very silent person. And all of this kind of negative advert, you don't need it, my brother. You need the only mistake cable. For idato. Minus Imo State. And what I need to discuss Igbo in general. There's nothing like Igbo Nimo, Igbo Nubu, Igbo Nyeka. We are talking about the Igbo nation. Igbo Bugodofu first. If we must say anything or dwell in equity and justice, it has nothing to do with Abumonyo Sumeyi. Abumonyo will today. Next year you change quarters, and she complicates too much issues for herself. So I know it wasn't easy for you to manage. But on a second thought or thereabout, you had more steps to make. I know you must have given it as a word of prophecy for her not to even near this place, this country, after all she has done. See, this is not telling you that Nigeria is a danger zone to that extent where people can no longer visit. If you're a genuine citizen, you can come here. At least there are places you can stay. Ambassador Bites Emmanuel, my humble greetings to you, sir. Almost anytime there are wrong moves around me, this Ambassador Bites Emmanuel will always call me and tell me this one is wrong, go. This one is wrong, go. Tell this person that this one is wrong. This man is here. Ask him, he's here on the comment section. Have I ever said no? Because there are things you know more than me. I must be subject unto you. At the point of learning, nobody's an expert. Kenebe agejino Governor Eziokwu compare no Obites Emmanuel in experience. This man has run companies, has run businesses, even while I was in school and when I was still a tender person. So when he now calls me to maybe probably advise me, then I will not neglect him now. How possible is that? Experience from a man who is able to manage workers, or there is like every man give advice that you don't want to listen. The worst human being. Nobody is an idiot. The only idiot is somebody who does not listen. There are needs to listen. Ambassador just commented and he said you're listening to advice. Thank God. Even on live video. And a man on live, somebody at home, hey, Governor, leave that live video, let's discuss first. That thing you are saying now, there was a man, anyway, one man, once and then go me first. Na call the man, put the person do go. Ngazi life no, Uzbun tag his name. Somebody share the video. The man wait for one, even on live photo, the man at home na WhatsApp. Same Governor, please, let us settle this thing now. Now I'm ready now, let's settle. I left online. Because should I entertain fans on social media while the owners of the money, the owner of the money will be losing money? So what I did was I posted the video, deleted it immediately and chatted with the man. Immediately the man paid 900,000 naira out of 1.9. The man paid 900,000 naira. The other 1 million naira, he paid for 500 two times. So if I had gone ahead to war the man on social media, later lawyer that say all right, let's now deal with these people, let's do this way. Lawyers upon that rala, the man will lose, because I got caught. This guy will spend more than Onyenka will spend more than that. So when I got the opportunity to discuss with him in the private, I stepped off online, discussed with the man credited 900,000 immediately. Mbozi onye we go see an go 900, they go give for the 1 million. The guy it's here. Hope Okeke, my sister, you're welcome. You're welcome. Hope Okeke bought me a keyboard. He bought me a keyboard. Yeah. The keyboard I'm trying to PS750. So in here screen head screen with the this thing dranala. The keyboard, so head screen had their work, but I will make sure I'm gonna send that to about or Lagos in FCA. A very powerful keyboard or a master keyboard. So I was able to recover that money. I was able to recover that 1.9 million naira that got. So if at all I did not listen to the advice of people or the man's advice or thereabout, I wouldn't have gone that far. I wouldn't have succeeded in getting that money or recovering that money back again. Sometimes you must listen. Even Jesus, at some point, he said to his disciples, what do people say about me? What people say about you matters. If what people say about you does not matter, now what it make it? All those pastors, then they go tell you, say somebody send them a video. Nobody they send them those videos. Oh, now them they use their hand, they watch them. Now them they sleep for social media. They want to know people's opinion. If I dey here now, carry a Bukobi picture, put here now, talk one thing, bam, watch his preaching between 4 or 5 days. He will be going towards that direction of that and why I don't talk. You know why? They watch you, and when you say the truth, the ones where they need to amend, they will take it. Now, some of us will talk till Ebukobi saw reasons to distance himself from Akosayon. Now, me they tell you now. God happy maybe here. Some of us will talk until they breathe in their stubborn, they hear something easily. It's not as if he's a troublemaker, he's a gentleman, but before you can convince this man, no be today, Johnny. So every intellectual is always on social. Talk something against E-Money now. E-Money will tell you that somebody sent in the video. Now lie. When you mention them, they know. Bad news, they fly fast. So Ogechi Okeke Njaka, I, Honorable Prince Madabuchi, Governor Eziokwu, son of the great Shanamite, Gabia Court in person. I know they tell you this thing. And I am going to file my own case in submit against you in Abuja. Maybe I'll look for those pictures, the Dengran office in the Interpol. I'll look for it. I was at the Interpol's office myself. Joe Kinsley. I was there. About an office in Hadia. So this one now, more than so even I've been there silently. And what do you man? And them man, the likes of Million Justice, you know, many of them when they are when I've been that time. You see this time, in person. That same thing I was flogging my chest that day, saying no Lilanya. That first day, I didn't make arrest. No newi. This is how I will come. I will turn to the camera and I court one day say, Olilanya, Olilanya. Again. Talk, no be free. Ne make you go the show. Now, he prove how, where I was convicted, how, where, how. Where you fabricated your stories that I am a pedophile. Just imagine how I became an ex-convict. And there are videos I have here where she said that if we call her anywhere, if she does not prove that she's ready to pay any damages, that's wonderful, which means you were duly prepared for what is to come. Thank you, my brother. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. At the same time, when Aza, Ijele, although Ijele speaks, that time the guy advice. No. I believe Ambassador BTS must have also reached out to Ijele that time. Ijele did not listen. So the same thing Ijele na aza case na Abuja. Because he can transfer to Lagos. From Lagos, so when I another charge in Oka, he get one another charge in Imo State. I go do am. He get one another charge in Imo. He get one another one in River State. Ebem no bro nwa. He get different ones. He get no deal with that production warrant. It is an assurance. There is no way my happy meet my mentor. She pagi don before a son. She shall not go pay. Nge she pagi don obuli sekula na ayo ya nge me ya. Ota he show people wickedness innocently. Ota kan nge shiga yo elu ya ala oburu egozi mwetazie. Make sure na wetara another production warrant ni enwere another charge ni Imo. Even another charge in a River State, it must be submitted. Instead of that, everything in go go. Because I'm into politics. So in today, or in future, people will start quoting it that when this person did so thing to you, what did you say? What did you do? Then other people, if I have political confrontations tomorrow, these are my reasons. So if I have political confrontations tomorrow, the people will come to court and say, they will begin to quote Ogechi that they heard it from so person. And the law is not a respecter of any negligence. The law does not consume any act of failures or ignorance of any human being. So I will take my duly action for the sake of my political future and career tomorrow. I must do the needful. Even yesterday, while I was discussing with my dad on the phone and many others, we were talking. Daddy said I should hold on. I held on. I knew he was able to make us and thereabout. Daddy told me that for the save your political future, save it today. So that when they are settling the matter, nobody will come and quote in reference to Ogechi. When people wants to fight you politically with it, because you did not take action, they will say in so year that so person called you an ex-convict. You did not take any action. Let's presume that the person is right. That was why you kept quiet. It will be a dent against my political career. But by the time you stand trial, okay, you see what somebody wrote here. Somebody said, I thought it was real because you're waving it away. Okay, let me block this another idiot again. You know, when they jump in, this one say you are making my too much. That was why a woman won you in election. Your forefathers say one her electoral value. Now your community. I want to hang out, but you know, I like respecting your father, but at least the man would have used a condom instead of bringing you into this world as a miscreant. Matthew Stephen. And wait, somebody should help me. I will block him now. Somebody should help me and get his picture. Screenshot what this is comment. Later, can post to Oyama. Let me build. I will be teaching you logic. Hold on. Let me leave him. I will be teaching you logic here and on this social media. Look at what I'm going to be doing. Because without sufferings are lessons for those who doesn't want to learn, for them to learn and sit up. When even on social media or somebody idiot, the person a screenshot through that post down, make a son have account again. Now, when you screenshot to her, the person a bagging kitty. And when him the larger platform, he got with a picture, be something they even all like result nibu HIV. I'm telling you the way it is supposed to end, and I'm a comaro. So post where I give it also one way. By the time you want to go to court, you want to go to police, you provoked me. I'm about act of provocation in the law. It is citable. People don't know. Do you think you are crazy? Other people are more stupid than you are. It's just that they decided to curtail themselves. No elections held in Imo State. Even would even common 20 million naira but I question. Do you know I was I stood for over 200 and something thousand humans indigenous of Ngobala. But I go the board, pass their screening and many other things. They go to qualify the first to run for anything. In 2027, I have the capacity to put as our Senate direct to pull no be 9 local governments for zone. Chereno when did it now? Your comment section no get any value to this. Time rue foya. Even if you Imo State only over zone, I go come your place. Mbata you isoro na cheer up. Na so life be. You'll be happy that a young man is coming. We go to a voice in the body to the presidency. I can say I have project attack all our. You don't know. So back to the comment of this my brother Mazi. Some of them say they thought it was real because I kept quiet. So she was alleging some of these things. And you think, for the survival of my political career, I will let you go? Is a lie. Spiritually, physically. Nga na a battle with you, na bomb bag, na chonye ga papatagi na 18. That is the way it is. So, nga biarere a prosecute gidegio, may without charges against you. Kopagide ya nishigi. Gay face ye trial, face ye can lema me megania based on money. We are based on money now. Ga matakwa na you wabro toko. Nna gwa gị na o take go dim ụlọ m na town here mreshewa all anything mrewi ya to make sure that na I survive from I give a breath to my political career. There is no way m ja happen again. He got to convicted for that. God was here, the convicted man. I have no other issues with you. If you any other thing you like, you talk. But if on that one, you see that one, you will go to newspaper houses, publish that in Kurubashi. Your people will start doing that. By the time I start with them, they will begin to see lawsuit up and down. Mmegosigi, that the wig the lawyers are putting on is not because their heads are hot. And that is not the beacon of intelligence, but is a symbol of equity and justice. You will know. You will know, you will understand. Or borrow this thing. This is the way it is. In the absence of justice, the society turns to jungle. Do you know what it means? While I was running for elections, I was busy going about for campaign. I left this city of Port Harcourt. I was in Imo State by day, taking risky. I went to campaign. We have a 32 autonomous communities that makes up Ngopala. 32 active autonomous communities that makes up Ngopala. Ngopala is one of the biggest local governments, the third largest local government in Federal Republic of Nigeria, out of 774 local governments that makes up Federal Republic of Nigeria. We have boundaries with River State, Owerri North, Abia State. We have boundaries with these people. Now, poor road networks all over Ngopala. The government as of today does not care about our people. You can hear about the insecurities going on. It's not as if that our people are what to do, but if they take action, what will happen? At the end of the day, the government will tag that youth, a terrorist or thereabout. Your fellow youth had the courage. I did not come online and say, "You fund me." It was by the grace of God. I stood in that campaign, and that election came on emergency. The whole Imo State, I challenge anybody here about life section. Even in my own political party, and when anybody made the campaign in Marina, the whole 27 local government in Imo State, from the whole parties across, I went for consultations. There are villages I went to. This Ngopala that holds about 32 autonomous communities. We have over 200 or 300 autonomous communities. I mean villages. Villages and kindred. Villages. There are some of these autonomous communities that has about 19 villages. The list is the ones that has 13. I went to every corners of these communities, villages, every village, and then my humble that women and children are waiting for you. Today I will post one video of one. I'll be posting from now till tomorrow morning. I'll be posting some videos of villages. I know they tell you community villages where I went to. You see people got happy here. Ogodi mmiri you give to them. Ordinary mmiri you give to them. Some of them you give them transport to maintain that in Abohi Jomaji. You do the printings, you do the consultations. Sometimes I know or 11:30 abale by she consultation aloga, because there are some of these big people before get for abale. And as I'm running random Gopala, you cannot win election by the campaign only you pull within that your client. Emanando Bodayo na Kaduna. Me invite. Then Gopala no na Lagos. Me invite. These things are flight through and fro, and you can't go alone. You'll be going with Umrikuna the 6. Abuja was almost week in, week out. At this age, at this simple age, my age, at at this age, and now about that thing, they will resources I have. Forget about it. It's just a sacrifice for your people. It doesn't matter. But my concern was, while I was doing that thing, somebody recruited herself as an enemy, tagging me, alleging what I am not. You prove that. And somebody is telling me to ignore. If I ignore today, tomorrow, one day, when God gives us the courage to come and run for governorship, the opportunities can be there. You can climb. Anybody can climb. Do not tolerate any nonsense. When preparation meets opportunity, it will produce results. Just prepare yourself and sit down. Do you know Ogechi made Buhari president in Owa? They were looking for a sincere person. I said about Buhari. Due to the level of his discipline and military head of state, they brought him. That was how they made him. Buhari went hold 10 million naira in account as our president. Wrote Michibika Mechi, Ebutego, many of them Ebutego with target or Takeshi fund. The former one governor of Imo State before, the Chief Achku Denwa, go to Shiwa governor. Prepare your credibility. Anything can happen. You can climb. Doors can open. So when it is time, opportunity has called for you to become something. Once your story cooked up by one individual will start affecting your career, and you will keep quiet over it. You shut your mouth. Why? Make sure you are very, very careful. Why did easy? And not as if she said that once. You know, you can say something one or two times and we just call it a mistake. But you know what it means? Intentional act. Even Obasanjo. Most of the leaders, except this Tinubu, most of the leaders you see in Nigeria today, opportunity made them leaders. Governor Wike was because President Goodluck Jonathan's wife, Chogotoge, made deal with Rotimi Chibika Amechi. The opportunity now brought in Wike as governor of Rivers State. Go and ask anybody. It was an opportunity of misconduct to throw away Rocha Sokrocha and his son-in-law that produced Hope Uzodinma we see today as governor. Go and ask. This is the way it is. It was opportunity that produced Alex Soti today as the good governor of Abia State. Keep your credibility, your record straight. And if anybody, it is better that somebody ate your money than the person to tamper with your credibility. If focus on the person is wrong. It's totally wrong. Me, I'm learning, everybody is learning. But guess what? The practicals and law will be dished or unleashed upon you, Ogechi. That's a promise. I said the practical assignments will be. I have nothing more against you. Or that if you've done anything, if you've said anything, if you've bullied my mom, my dad, there's no problem about that. My dad can always speak for himself. My dad can always speak. My mom, you know, I have brothers and sisters. I think they can always take care of that. But for you to tag me while I was running for elections, monies were going risk. I was taking risk bad day. At night, sometimes maybe 11, sometimes maybe after 1 hour. Because you know how election goes. Let me tell you. Anywhere anybody has child dedication, they will invite you. Burial everywhere. When a burial, you must attend. People will leave. They know you are doing campaign. Oh. They know you are going about for consultation. Oh. If they have every Friday, if they have 5 burials around, those people will from their villages and come. Like an Mothering Sunday. Oga, Ega Catholic Church nka, ega nka, you will always come. And they now abata there, they will begin to cheer because they know you will do something. They will invite you, get ga. No do 300, 200,000. You get nyere. You just support on them because all name okay. You see na church nka help, I got one another place. These are little experience I'm telling you. Burial obo, in way for burial, I got package 50,000 road there. You road there will 50,000 ahụ na an envelope nye this family. Nye ha na ha will support o. God bless you. Jisie na ike na gị pụtawa na eji ndị ogele asọrọ ndị ara moto gị anywhere ọ nọ. You will still give them something again. Mark is sharp up. Where ordinary person will just enter silently. If you come, pressure. If you're in a filling station, you don't allow your vehicle say get filling station on around. You will go far because say but on a filling station, on the forget we there. Honorable, I go what I do praise we get there about. My brother, before you live there, and I got forget what. Except before my matter because it's the first time in something. Before my matter no, you don't buy fuel around. Time don't go. Or give them one idea. Some politicians, the way they do it, because it's also a means of campaign. Everything is an opportunity for you. Everything. They put animal here. There's a market in my place. Before you get to Zion. So one day we were coming back from Enugu. I went to a meeting in Enugu. I went to Enugu, get a meeting now. The next day, I'm not that day by here village. Ngabe gani mahia. Ndị mmadụ block there GM for almost 1 hour. Ndị mirror, side mirror moto ma help there that day. Because people take a hage gather higher. Some of them are doing that in out of joy. Some just an ordinary incitement. Some is just because I can't tell. This person was busy stabbing me then netiti that campaign, netiti that pressure. Your fellow youth, you've not tested me with power before. If I will betray the commoners, you are not from Ngopala. You even said you Imo State, but you were concerned about Ngopala. You went as far as saying that being a problem. I thank you to Governor Eziokwu, Governor Hope them, and then they Hope them. What are you associating? And people were believing all of these junks. At the same time, destroying the image of Governor Charles Soludo and Governor Senator Snap or not on days on 13. What? Because our leaders who had it too cheap, people now believe that they can easily intervene in any manipulation or abnormality. Well, let me block this idiot. Innocent Ikenna. It's your last moment on this page. Or I will suspend you. If I see you here next time, Isha Bawari that day. Come and get out from here, you. Onyara. I will close with this parable. It's a very drastic parable. My grandfather said, "Ne so ha jini anike. Gata ayano. Taramanshi taramajini anike low. Ni anwetantigi ni ama mebre." On the day of payback. My name is Governor Eziokwu. See you there.